Firstly, I am Mehmet Ali Bayram. Only you can say Mehmet. It's easier. And I am master degree student at Marmara University at Turkey, Istanbul. This is my thesis semester, and I am also prepare some courses, some tutorials on YouTube and Udemy, as you see. And since the Flutter was the beta version, I started to use it. And before this, I was developing native iOS and Android application. There is a ton of application that most of them developed by me. And this is my YouTube channel. And today I will show you some real example of using the list methods. And this application is also developed by me, and I have developing it still. And I want to talk about the list. I believe the list most important part of the programming language, any programming language. And in the Dart language, the list is also class as everything, because the Dart say everything is class, and as is a class, so there are constructors and properties and methods and operator and static methods. And I want to say if maybe FTMS can help me with this. If anyone cannot be clear, just say me. I will make Zoom like this.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm scanning the chat. So guys, if you want anything or any questions, just put it in the chat. I'm moderating.
Okay. Anyone can help me? Maybe one of the using small size of screen.
Yeah, I can see it fine, by the way.
Okay. I will.
So if anybody cannot see the screen, please just mention it.
Yeah, maybe if just when I want to do show some codes, maybe there is it will be small. Anyway, if there is any problem, just write on the chat, and FTMS it will notify me. And first of the things, there are. I will show you some problems with this application. We are already developing it, and it's like market delivery application. And there are some problems. I want to mention them. If you add, sorry, if you want to add any like product to the cart, it's not. There are maybe there is 4 of them, so you should in the beginning of the list class page, it say it's collection, and as it's collection, we can use there is a collection library, and we use this for the group the all of the products. How we use the group by method? There is we before everything we define a map, because when we group the list, it will become a map. As you see, there is we change it to the map, like you see. When we add, it's not a problem. It's working perfectly. And there is a problem when you want to remove any item from the list. There is a problem, because when you say I want to show you, there is methods like remove or remove at or remove where or remove last or remove range, how we can decide which one is we will use? If we click the minus button, it will, if we use like remove this item, it will remove all of items. Or we use, there is a class, we say that's a product, and it cannot be find the exact instance of the item, and it cannot remove it. Because of this, we say there is, we say firstly find this product ID, that's product, find the product ID, and find last index where method, which we can find the last index, because there is maybe one or two, three, we just want to the last one, remove the last one, and we say remove at for this index. We find index there and we removed it, and as you see it's worked correctly. And if there is no anyone, if you click, just it will disappear. This is the index where and last index where and remove at. The, if you know the correct way to use the methods of the list in any programming language, it will be very useful for you, and actually it will be funnier to use, because before at the beginning of the, when we used some language, programming language, we do things longer and longer, but after we use these, all of these methods, we can use them, and it will be shorter and funnier, of course. And these was those things was I want to talk about the group by and last index where and remove at. And now I want to mention about another problem, like there is another application that we are developing it now. Sorry. There is another issue. There is 5,000 words here, and we sometimes we want to filter them. There are some filter, three part of the filter. Before we use these list methods, I was using SQFlite, but after I met the Hive, I want to mention it also. Sorry. After you use Hive, I don't use the SQFlite and also shared reference, because the Hive is best way to use it with the list methods. And I want to show you before list methods, I was using these filters, like one of like A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, the words, and also the type of the words, also the first letter of the words. I was using SQLite, and it was so hard to filter them, because every there is levels, so you should make them for iterate and make list a string to make SQL comment, and it was a really big problem for us. And how we solve this problem? We just make a filter, refresh filter, and when you click here, just like if you want to see maybe just B1 and B2, and when you return, you see there are only B1 and B2. And also there is pagination. We also did this with the list methods. And when you select any filter, it will look, firstly, it will get the words from the heave, and after it will make them like to list. This is important to make any iterable to list, because for the beginner levels, or maybe some intermediate levels, most of the users make have some problems with these when use some like methods or map methods or any other methods. Just if you forget to make it list again, it's not working. But maybe also you have some errors. And if you say there is a levels, you say just give me, just with where methods, just give me if any of them, like the level, if the level is contains these levels here, if contains level B1 or B2, just it will get you just them. And after for any other, like is there any other filter? For every filter you you use this, because we, as I said, there is tree of filter. And if you make for pagination, you, because I consider there is a problem in the list in the Flutter. If the list is too long, it's not working good. It's like not smooth working, and you should make your list to use pagination. And for pagination, firstly, you find the page. We say page. Maybe I will use for every page 50 words, and I will like the list of the length. It will give me an integer of the length of the list, and I will sale it, because if there is maybe a double, I don't want to double, because I will use an index to find get range. As you say, there is another method of the list. If you say get range, you just take it the beginning of the list you want, and the end of the list, and it will give you some only 50 instance of your list. And after this is constructor we use to make this pagination. There are also sometimes you see 41, like there is this will be the count of the pages. And after this you can use, if you click any like 49 39, it will give you just with get range method, you can get all of this, and it will be also easier for you. And just there are generate to constructor, because not before this I was use this. I want to show you it wasn't a good thing, like page equals sorry, and so sorry. And just for e int equal sorry, I will show you here better. Just here we say make, if you don't use generate list generate, you can use also like this. It will be longer and also boring, and just use generate and it will give you 50 or how many if you need items in your list, and you can use it directly. And that's it, I think, because my there is another point I was want to mention it. And another problem to add some lists, like combine the list. There are 4 methods, and also maybe we can use another method, and it will be 5 methods. First one is you can use combine at least one. I took this from another website, but also I am using it in my programming adventures. If you want to combine them, firstly you say list from, this is constructor methods. You make the list firstly from this list, and after it you add it list 2, and use add all methods, and list 3, and there is your combined list 1. And other method you can use expand method. Also it's a method of the list class, and you can just make a list from the list. There is 3 lists in the one list, and if you say expand them, it will expand all of them to, and just another iterable. And if you make it 2 lists, it will be another combined list 2. This is the second method. And you can use operator, because there is some operators in this class, like you can find them here. And if you just say list 1, list 2, and plus list 3, it will be combined. This is the third method. And there is fourth method. You can use spread operator, like you say there is combined list 4, just 3 dots periods, and you say list 1 and list 2 and list 3, but there is maybe one of them, maybe it will null. Maybe if there is like this, if it's null, this will be error, will give you an error. To expect this, just put there, and this, it will working correctly. Just avoid the error. And maybe there is other method you want to use combined list. Maybe you can use list combined, list 5, and you say just list 1 or just an empty list, and you can say followed by, it will followed by other iterable, and you can say list 1 and just followed by list 2. Also, this is will make you a new combined list. And don't forget to make them also list. Also, this is the the fifth method you can use to combine your lists. And I think this is my last words. If you have any question about this, I want to appreciate for my maybe English is not so good.
No, it's no problem.
And I am a little bit excited. Sorry for this also.
Okay, guys, you can ask questions. You can also ask it in Greek if you feel like it. You can just pass them over. Or you can just write them in your chat. Really, really cool stuff, Mehmet. Really nice with the combinators. And actually, I have a question. So you mentioned you were using Hive instead of shared preferences and SQLite. Yeah. So was this filtering the only thing or the only positive thing that you found in Hive, or are there other things that made you decide to switch to Hive?
Yes, of course, because the filter was we can use also with SQLite or shared reference. The perfect point of the Hive is really fast. If there is a time maybe or another time we can test it. I tested it with these 5,000 words. Like when I use SQLite, about 2 minutes. Sometimes maybe if there is a
4,000 words.
5,000 words.
For 5,000 words. Really bad.
And their descriptions and some things, but really bad. And he just did it in the several seconds.
Okay.
I mean, just you can faster than it, maybe sometimes 1,000 times faster than SQLite, and also faster than shared reference. There is okay, this is one.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I see. Yes.
As you see, also they say 1,000 read iteration and 1,000 write iterations. You can compare them here.
Yeah, I see that shared preferences for read is about approximately the same as Hive, but for write, Hive overlaps everyone.
Yeah, yes. And I recommend everyone to use Hive.
I will definitely take a look. I wasn't aware of those benefits, but I will check it out. Thank you very much, Mehmet, for that.
Okay.
Any other questions, guys?
I was also impressed by the numbers. So really, very good example. Yeah.
All right, guys. So do we have anything else? Any other question?